The Rename Objects tool helps you rename many objects at once. This tool can be handy especially when you have objects with generic names that you initially forgot to name appropriately. It is also particularly useful with mirror objects. The right leg on this skeleton is composed of 4 limbs, all named appropriately with the right prefix. This follows the Autodesk Motion Builder naming convention: right up leg, right foot, and right toe base. When the entire leg is mirrored to the left side of the character, the left limbs are automatically named right up leg 01, right leg 01, right foot 01, and right toe base 01. The new left leg limb names do not make much sense, adding the fact that they do not follow the Motion Builder naming convention for proper interoperability. With the left leg selected, you can easily batch rename these limbs using the Rename Objects tool. The default base name option is handy when you want to replace the entire object name. That is not the case here. You need to edit the object's name specifically by changing the right prefix and removing the numbered suffix. First, you need to get rid of the right prefix. That's 5 letters to remove as the first 5 digits. Replace this prefix with another one called left. Finally, remove the last 2 digits numerical sequence that the Mirror tool automatically added. Click Rename. Notice how the limbs of the left leg have been renamed properly. This is a powerful tool to use when you need to rename a large number of objects. The leg only had 4 limbs. The right arm has 19. As you mirror the right arm and check the parts names, you find yourself in the same situation as before. With the Rename Objects tool dialog still open, and with the parameters still specified, you can now click the Rename button to rename the left arm parts. Of course, the Rename Objects tool is not restricted to bone rigs or character setups. It can be used in any situation. Use the quad menu to unhide the rest of the geometry in the scene. Take a look at these 2 couches. One was modeled based on a box object, and the other, by its very nature, started off as a cylinder. If you forget to rename these objects properly and start making duplicates, you end up with a large number of objects labeled very generically. These objects, which started off as different primitives, are all essentially couches. As you select them, you can choose a new base name, such as couch, since you do not want to retain any part of the old names. You also need to sequentially number them, otherwise they will all have the same name. Set the base number to start with 1, and then click Rename. All objects have now the same couch base name.